if the range cooperates. And,
Hello again, friends and loyal Wolfpack members. Chaos Wolf here, and welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. That's right, we're going to be doing some more science today. And you know what? I've had a bit of a challenge today, and you've got, you know what? Challenge accepted. Now, I'm not going to go over what the challenge is just yet. What I'm going to go and do is show you what led up to this first. Righty, so if we remember, we've gone and got the rusty ring up in orbit around Kerbal. Now, what I realised is we need to go and refuel this thing every so often because we've only got a limited amount of fuel. So, the idea is either to send up ships with fuel to go and refuel this, or to go and mine ore from another planet and actually bring it over and refine the ore that way. And the latter of these two methods is actually going to be the cheapest by far in the long run. Now, in order to do this, we're going to need some ore refinery modules on this station, which I kind of neglected to put on in the first place because I completely didn't think about them. So that needs to get addressed. Now, the thing is, I'd actually gone and made up some ore processing units. As you can see here, we've got them stacked up 3 apiece. And originally my plan was to go and use these little RCS maneuvering modules to go and get these things put down and basically connected up to the space station. The problem is getting these things into orbit was a bit of a pain in the butt. Not only that, well, it wasn't exactly a pain in the butt, but because they were stacked in such a way, they were highly unstable. And I've got to say, I was never really much of a fan of the appearance of these things, because let's have a look. Having these things connected to the space station like this, poking out the top, I just didn't like the way it looked. So, you know what? I decided to go and think of a different way of doing this. But this was the point that I got a challenge from one of the Wolfpack members. And what he said was, Chaos, do you think you could go and dock a rusty ring with another rusty ring? And I was there, you know what? Challenge accepted. And here we go, we have the Rusty Ring 2. Now this is going to get sent up into orbit to dock with the original Rusty Ring. And as you can see, it has, there we go, it's got the 3 ore processing modules on the inside of the ring. So this is awesome. I'm really actually quite pleased with how this is turning out. I really like this particular design. It kind of, it doesn't go and point off in random angles. I really like the way this looks. So what we've got to go and do is we've got to go and get this one into orbit, get a encounter with the original Rusty Ring, and then go and dock it via the 6 large docking ports. So this is going to be challenging. But you know what? I like a challenge. Challenge accepted. Let's go and give it a go. Now, first thing I want to go and do is I want to go and make sure that the original Rusty Ring is around this point, so I can go and launch up to it. So we're going to go and set that as a target. Let's go and check up yeah, we're all good to go. So, let's go and see just how easy this is going to go and be. Okay, so we've now gotten ourselves our encounter with the original rusty ring. We're about 2 kilometers out. We are traveling roughly towards it. But right now, these big thrusters are just going to be more of a hindrance than anything else. So let's go and ditch them. So there we go. We've gotten rid of those. Now, what this means is we're going to be able to go and get ourselves moving off towards the rusty ring a bit more easily than we were originally. Now, thankfully, we've actually gone and added a bunch more reaction wheels to this thing, so this is actually going to go and react a lot more easily than the original rusty ring. So let's get a little bit closer. We're going to have to take this bit by bit. So yeah, as you can see, this is going to take a long time. It was at this point that I realised I'd made a little bit of a mistake in jetting off the lifters. I think I probably could have engineered this a little bit better with another stage to the lifters to make it lighter and easier to move around, because as we can see, it's taking absolute ages. And this is actually going at a lot faster speed than what I was playing this as. From start to finish, this took me around about an hour. When we get within a certain distance, we're going to go retract the solar panels because we don't want to damage them. And then we're going to go and concentrate on getting these two rings docked together. Now, as we're this close to each other, I'm not going to go get us going too fast. Now, normally I'd be happy to go 5 meters per second here, or even 50 meters per second, but I think 5 would be fine. But the problem is these things are so ginormous that I don't really want to go much faster than what we're currently going. Now, I am going to go and retract both of our... Not you. Don't want you, or you. Okay, retracting. Now we're going to go and face away from our target. But we're not going to be doing this with RCS. We're going to be doing this just normally. Now, what I want to do at the moment is orient myself and actually turn my lights on so I can see a little bit more easily what I'm doing. Because we need to get this completely oriented and get ourselves traveling in the right direction. Now we're going to have to make sure that we're actually controlling from the right port, because we want to go and dock with this one. Now we're getting really close. We're actually nearly less than 100 meters. So let's bring up our docking alignment. And this is going to let us basically go and dock a lot more easily. Now we're going to have to go and rotate a little more. Orient ourselves a little better, and I suspect we're going to have to go and slow down now. There we go, we've just got to go and get ourselves oriented correctly now to the base. So we can do this, we can do it. There we go, almost. Now this here was one of the more tedious parts of this whole mission, actually trying to get the two rings docked together. And well, when I first started, this seemed a very simple process. Just get them lined up, just get them close enough so that the magnets from the docking rings are going to go and act on each other and basically go and suck it together and it'll get sorted. Now, turns out it's not quite as easy as I was thinking. First of all, as you saw, I went and attacked this at a bit of a dodgy angle, which went and then which caused the two rings to collide slightly, knocking the original rusty ring on a course away from the ring that we were maneuvering. So that wasn't great. And because of the absolutely pathetically low thrust to weight ratio that we have on this ring with just using the RCS, it took a long time to get this back travelling towards each other. So this was a little bit difficult. And we're nearly done. It's very close. We've actually docked with one of them. The problem is we need to go and dock with all of them. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to do this. We just need to go and let's undock again. Let's go control from here and set as target. There we go. So all we need to do is we need to go and... well, we're getting there. We're getting a little closer every time. We just seem to always dock with one, but we need to dock with all of these. You know what? That looks fairly good. We're almost there. But as close as that was, that's not good enough for me. I wanted to go and get this absolutely perfect. So, you know what? We went and decoupled, recoupled, decoupled, recoupled several times. We even went and had a big accidental separation where the two rings went and just flew away from each other completely randomly because I accidentally screwed something up and forgot to turn on the SAS whilst I had detached. So the SAS had turned off, I'd forgotten to turn it back on. One of the sides of the station smacked into the other side of the station and it flew apart and we had to go and bring it back together again. So it was somewhat of a big ordeal. But we managed to finally get them close enough. We finally managed to get them redocked, and redocked in such a way that it looked like it was only about a degree off from perfect. And there we go. This has taken me an hour from start to finish. Now most of these are set flush and straight. It's just a few of them are ever so slightly off. So we've done all right. I'm just curious though as to whether or not if we actually go back to the Space Center and then come back, are we going to have this actually be properly connected? Or am I going to have to spend another few hours trying to get this perfect? Let's actually turn that off. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not completely connected, but I think that's about as good as we're going to get it at the moment. So yeah, I'm actually quite pleased with how well we managed to get that connected. I mean, it's 99% perfect. It's not quite 100%, but yeah, oh well. So that's epic. We've actually managed to go and double up on our rusty ring. So what do you think? Let's actually have a bit of a closer look at that. Here we go. Yep, our rusty ring is getting deeper. Now, somebody said that the rusty ring sounds like a gay bar in space. Well, my reply to that is, well, if that's the case, then it'll be the best damn gay bar in space. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. As always, I'm going to go and put the craft file for the second part of the rusty ring in the video description. So if you either want to go and try and recreate this yourself, go through the same agonizing nightmare I've just gone through to try and do this, or if you just want to go and launch that by itself. I mean, we could modify it by having the docking ports elsewhere, because this thing does have docking ports now, as we can see, because we can go and open the center shielded docking port, so if we have space planes we can dock them in the center, not just the outside. So that's awesome. We've also gone and gotten more, so we can turn off the RCS now. We've got more reaction rings, so this thing actually goes and turns a lot more easily. So that's awesome. I mean, how much fuel have we got? We got a little over half of everything, so that's awesome. I mean, theoretically we could go and just pump all the fuel from one side to the other to make this a little bit more easy to maneuver, maybe? I don't know. But I'm quite pleased with how this has turned out. I mean, I may go and try and get this docked up the rest of the way, but this might be a bit more of a pain in the butt to go and do this way around. Guess we'll have to see. But like I said, the craft file is going to be in the video description. Go and give it a go if you think you're hard enough. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this. By the way, thank you very much for watching. I've been Commander Chaos Wolf from Sci-Fi Gaming. You guys, as always, have been epic. I will see you soon. Until next time, my fellow Kerbal nauts, keep flying and stay shiny.